What you doing?
I'm trying to figure out what the hell these things are.
With the glass? Never mind. Look. They glow in the dark. Wow. But what are they? Here, why don't you try shooting them with an HDR 50?
Yeah, good idea.
Good day, folks. Welcome back to my channel. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Today, we're going to talk about this really cool idea of a slug. They're called Hardshots and they're made in Germany. Basically, they are buckshots. They contain 7 4.5 millimeter BBs. They weigh about 3 grams, but that should not be too influential because as the maker explains, the BBs should separate from the casing upon leaving the barrel. There's also a glow-in-the-dark version, as you saw. Really cool. Unfortunately, I won't be able to shoot these in this video as I do not have the possibility to shoot at night, or I don't have a dark area set up yet. So I'm gonna save them and I will make a video exclusively on these as soon as I can on the glow-in-the-dark version. One thing to say is that they do charge very, very fast. I put them under the sun for 5 minutes and went into the dark and they were as bright as daylight. Today we're gonna shoot our HDR 50 11 joules version. And there's 2 sides to these slugs. There's a white side and a yellow side. The yellow is the rear. So we will load them accordingly. Always better to load them from the front. Seem to fit perfectly. Let's go try them out. As always, our first test will be a speed test in feet per second, FPS, as well as an accuracy test, and finally a damage test to see what these headshots are going to do to our watermelon. Alright, well, it's becoming obvious that I need to take this brand new ballistic chronograph to get repaired because there are a bit too many error messages. Anyway, we saw that the speed was around 260, 290 feet per second. So that is quite a decent speed. And let's see, alright. The precision was pretty accurate. Nothing came out the other side. But let's see exactly what happens here. We still have some plastic casing here. BB holes all the way here. Let's go another layer. Okay, so here is a BB. Alright, so the BB's made it about halfway into the watermelon, at least. Let's see if there's more deeper in. Okay, here's still some holes. I have a funny feeling that there's BB's in there, so let's cut it this way. See what we see. Okay, look at that. Ooh, I like it when it's like this. Oh, sorry. There we go. Look at that. There is a BB that is stuck all the way into the 2 of them. Okay, so as you see, the BBs came all the way to the back of the watermelon. Oh, here's more. So they entered the front, crossed the entire watermelon, and got stuck nicely in the outer crust of the watermelon. Nice job. And we also saw the plastic casing
going through. This one got stuck here, funnily enough, but we also saw some of them go through all the way to halfway into the watermelon. So far so good, I would say. Again, almost a full penetration by the BBs. All right, folks, so for our hard surface test, we won't use the usual coconut, as I don't believe these Hardshots would do much damage to it. I see them more damaging a butternut squash, our usual butternut squash in miniature version, and a ceramic Easter bunny as well. So I'm gonna put them together, shoot them both, and see how well they do. Well, look at that. Poor bunny was shattered. And our butternut squash, yep, seems like hit by a miniature shotgun, all right. Let's see how deep these BBs penetrated. All right, so here we have a clear image of how the BBs penetrated, or how far they made it. So they entered here and they made it to about right here. So that's maybe half an inch. And remember, this is a very, very hard fruit. The skin to this is quite hard. So I gotta say, that's a pretty decent penetration. And I realized, guys, in last week's video, I promised that I was going to try and shoot those Firebird explosive targets. But I just wasn't able.
So we got to our Airbnb, which was actually a barn. It was very, very nice. And it was a beautiful day until it became night. The next day, it started raining and raining and raining and raining and raining, and it never stopped raining. There wasn't much I can do, but thankfully, I had brought my 1077 and some pellets, so I plinked. There was this very nice area, outdoor area, where I could set up some targets and shoot them. And it basically rained the whole time we were there. It was very cozy, very nice, but not ideal for the explosive targets, unfortunately. The cans were pretty fun though.
For our next test, I got this big jar of dry mushrooms, filled it up with Jello. It's been in the fridge for about 3 days. Let's see what happens. The plastic is very, how to say, elastic, bouncy, so it's easy for things to bounce off. But if it does penetrate, it'll be cool, also because the Jello will kind of act as a ballistic gel. I know that's a big word, but you know, it should kind of block the BBs and it should be visually cool. Let's see what happens. Well, guys, I might have screwed it up because I put this red light against this jar to try and lighten it up, but I think it did kind of the opposite, and it was not easy to see what exactly happened. So we will have now a better look. I'm sorry if the slow-mo didn't come out as nice as usual, but okay, so there was definitely penetration. Pretty much everything penetrated. The plastic casing as well as the BBs. All right, well, it wasn't so easy as I was hoping to kind of see exactly where the casings and the BBs went, but they definitely all, or most of them, penetrated, separated. So we have casings, both casings and BBs scattered inside the Jello. All right, given that we almost entirely penetrated that watermelon, let's see how well we do with a 5-pound compact bag of flour. All right, doesn't seem there's any penetration. Let's see what happened. Okay, here's some pieces of plastic. So there was a shattering of the plastic part on impact. This is an empty shell. Starting to get to the BBs. And there's the BBs. So the BBs went a good distance, about halfway into the bag. Again, I had compressed it pretty well, this flour. So the BBs did penetrate quite well, while most of the casings shattered. So pretty good, but however, sadly, no penetration. But I don't think that's their job anyway. All right, guys, we are down to our last test. I was actually quite reluctant, rather doing it or not, given that we have a very hard plastic, fiberglass. I don't know what material this mannequin is. I'm not too sure our Hardshots will do much damage to it. As you saw last week, I shot metal projectiles at it, and it barely made a couple dents in it. A couple of you slug makers out there have taken the challenge to try and penetrate this guy. All right, guys, as we feared, absolutely nothing. Well, I shouldn't say nothing. Look at these. These are all small dents from the BBs. I mean, this is fiberglass. It's got to be fiberglass. So, yeah. Guys, we need something to crack this thing. Again, I'll try my 68 caliber once I get it back. The HDS. Thinking of getting an HDB as well, but anyways, we got to throw everything we got at it and crack this mannequin. So thank you for your help, guys. All right, and down we are to our final conclusion. Do I recommend these Hardshots? Yes, I do, very much. These are the regular type, and these are the glow in the dark type. They're just very fun. They're very fun to shoot. They're fast. They fit perfectly into the drum, and I mean, they do damage. You have the BBs who come out of the plastic casing. We saw the plastic casing entering the watermelon, for example, and the BBs continuing the penetration, as well as into the butternut squash. We saw some good damage there. So, I mean, where else have you seen slugs like these? I haven't seen them anywhere. I think they're a great idea, great fun. I'm really sorry to have not been able to shoot the glow in the dark ones. As I said earlier, I will make a video specifically for that. I just need to find a dark place where I can shoot. Of course, we can find the link to these in the description below. They're made in Germany. They arrive in the United States quite quickly, no problem there. So I do recommend them very much. Very fun projectiles. I hope you can test them out.